I don't know, if I made my bed, would it even be one of my videos? Like, really? Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So lately, a lot of people have been asking me how I got started with streaming and, what I use to be able to stream. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So this will be my step-by-step guide on streaming basics and the gear that you'll need. I want to add that I'm not a professional at any of this, so this is just from like someone who literally just started doing this a couple of months ago, and the things I had to like go through to like be able to do this. And starting out this list, the most important component of this is your computer. I recently built my own computer and it's geared specifically for streaming and video editing. I have a video talking about all of the components and everything that went into it. If you want to watch it, probably, it's around here somewhere. I'll make sure to point it out. So before building that, I was coming from a laptop that really didn't have the ability to stream well. At all. Most streaming platforms' recommended specs for streaming are 8 gigabytes of RAM, about a mid-tier processor, and I think the recommended internet speed would be about 10 megabits per second. That's like bare bones, very bad quality, 720p, very low bit rate. You'll learn these terms as you go, but just know that it looks bad. It's just bad. It's bad. So I recommend at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, especially if you're going to be playing games on the same computer you're streaming on. A beefier mid-tier processor, and I'd also recommend a mid-tier graphics card. Something like that would help you have like a consistent and steady stream experience. If you're going to be streaming console games, I highly recommend you have at least a 2-monitor layout or a monitor and a TV. If you're going to be playing PC games, you can totally get away with 1 monitor, so just bear that in mind. I personally have an ultra-wide monitor, so it's like having 2 monitors in one. I actually didn't go that route for streaming specifically. I went with it more so for the fact that I usually use like Photoshop and Illustrator or Adobe Premiere and Adobe Audition open at the same time, and that's really helpful. In terms of peripherals, it may get a little bit confusing, but just know that I'm going to keep this short and simple with bare necessities like what you need. Number 1, you need a camera. I don't know who watches a stream where you can't see the person's face. I personally would be completely bored out of my mind if that were the case. Like, I would rather just go play by myself. That's just me. So a camera is very important. You can totally start out with like a basic webcam. You don't need to go crazy. Just get a webcam, start out that way. If I talk about cameras, I really can't leave out lights. Actually, lights are more important than the camera itself. A well-lit webcam can look 100 times better than a DSLR or mirrorless high-end camera that has no lighting whatsoever. I haven't used a webcam because I didn't have a webcam and I already had a DSLR. It has its pros in picture quality, but in terms of like other uses, like it shutting down every 30 minutes while I'm streaming is a major con. So if you can just like get a webcam to start out, you can totally do that and it's amazing. So the camera I'm using is the Nikon D3200, which is I think it was launched in 2011 and it's a DSLR. It's a lower range DSLR and I bought it for college. Literally haven't used it until now. Also, have in mind, you don't have to like jot this down or anything. I'm gonna make a list of like recommendations for you and with varying price points, so don't worry. I talked about the importance of lighting. I personally have a ring light and 2 small lights that I manipulate. I'm gonna list them down below. I just want you guys to understand the importance of lighting because it really does make a difference. If you're playing console games and using a camera instead of a webcam, you're gonna need a capture card. A capture card is a device you use to be able to connect a console or camera to go into your computer. Most computers' HDMI ports are out, so you can display an image, but you can't input an image through them. So that's where the capture card comes in. There's a huge variety of capture cards. I have 2 of them, one for the camera, one for console. The one for the camera is very simple. It's just a USB port and the HDMI in, so it just goes straight into the computer. The one for console is a little bit more fangly dangly. It's actually one of the least expensive capture cards out there. I think it's actually one of the cheapest ones, and it works really well. So I will list it down below. So you'll find an input for the HDMI to go in through the USB, and it also has an output so that you can connect the HDMI to a display. So it displays your game in real time so you can play, and it also captures your game so you don't have to play off of the feed, which is not that great because it's a little bit lagging behind. So that's why it's good to have a capture card with an input and output if you're going to be playing on console. This one also has an output for headphones and a gaming controller, I think, or something like that. My capture card is pretty basic when it comes to it, but it's a pretty good bang for the buck. When it comes to audio, it's also very important. You don't really need a lot to be able to stream. I just don't recommend that you just rely on a headset or the headphones that have a built-in microphone. Although if you have that, you can start out with that, it works, but I really wouldn't recommend in terms of quality. I would recommend you just go on ahead and get yourself a separate USB mic. My dad's a musician and he already had some XLR connection mics, at home, so that's what I've been using. But a USB mic is completely fine. You don't have to get a professional microphone. You can get a $50 or even less USB microphone that'll help you start out. So don't feel pressure to get an XLR mic and a mixer and everything. You don't need that. You can get a mixer as I did since I already had XLR mics. I have an Alesis. It was a little bit over $120. It's a big chunk of moolah there for a lot of people, including myself. But if you consider putting it against other audio interfaces, this one's pretty inexpensive and it has a lot to it. So I highly recommend you get something like that if you're looking to, sound a little bit better. But a USB mic will cut it. It'll do it. You don't need to go big. It's not a go big or go home thing. You just want to have fun, okay? Moving along, you will be needing software, and thankfully it's free. So go on ahead, download OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS. You just need an OBS software. OBS is I think it means Open Broadcast System or Society. It's Open Broadcasting something. And yeah, you'll need something like that. OBS Studio is the base, most bare bones one, it's not that hard to use. It can be a little bit complicated at first, but you can find some tutorials online. Then you have Streamlabs OBS, which is a little bit more but you can just go with OBS Studio, you'll be fine. Streamlabs OBS has a little bit more bells and whistles, but it does the same thing at the end of the day. And I'm gonna link some tutorials for you as well. So this software is gonna help you stream to your preferred platform and make up scenes so that you can have a scene that's only your camera, or a scene that has your video game and camera layered, the little box thing, or maybe you want to add a graphic or music or that. This is what this will help you do. When we talk about streaming platforms, this is just mostly preference. There are popular ones, there are unpopular ones, but at the end of the day, it's where you feel comfortable streaming. I started out using Twitch. Twitch is great. A lot of people on Twitch. A lot of people there. Great. No one watched me. That's not really the problem. You don't need no one watching you. But the thing I was most interested in doing when streaming was actually chatting with people because I like talking to people. And I wasn't seeing that in Twitch at all. So I went with Facebook Gaming. It's a great platform. It has its problems, as they all do, but it does the job, so that's where I went with. People talk to me there. I feel comfortable. You also have YouTube Live in gaming. It's good. Check it out. I've never checked it out, but people like it. Go check it out. But really don't feel pressured to just use Twitch because it's the most popular one, or to use YouTube because, you know, Ninja's there or whoever's there. I don't know anything about streamers, I'm sorry. Just use the one that you're comfortable using. I can't stress it enough. On to the next point, your background. Make sure you have a nice background. You don't need a green screen, you don't need fancy lighting in the background or a bunch of things. Just your face, and maybe put a poster in the back, something fun, but don't overdo it either. You don't have to go out, buy out a whole rooms to go or whatever. My bed is never made. I never make my bed. That's not gonna change for no stream. I have allergies. I learned that when you make your bed, allergens live longer. So I'm not gonna make my bed. Okay, I'm also lazy. But yeah, we don't need to see your messy room. That's not something we're here to see. We just want to see you play. And the next and final point, have fun. Do not feel pressured to play a game just because it's the most popular in the platform that you're using. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. Just go on ahead and play, you know, Minecraft or that old 1998 game that nobody knows exists. Just do you, boo. Okay? Just do you. Like, I've been playing Elder Scrolls Oblivion. No one plays that anymore. Here I am, having the time of my life, playing. I don't care. So just have fun, honey. Don't worry about what no one's saying. You don't. No. Go on and play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You know, it's like 80 years old. No one cares. Just play your game. As long as you're entertaining us, we don't care. I hope all of these tips were helpful for you. I'm obviously no success story or huge professional right now. I'm literally just doing this for fun. But it's been a blast and I just want to share that fun with y'all. Like, I can't wait to see friends or people that I know that watch this video and were like, yeah, I want to do that too. And I want to watch your streams because I have no life. As always, don't forget to like and share this video, and also follow me on all of my other social media platforms. If you haven't done so, please just go on ahead. What does it like? Instagram, like, it doesn't take any time off of your hands. Like, we're wasting more time right now. Really, just go on over, do it. That is all for now. I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.